Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Betis nil, Real Madrid nil. First of all, I'm very sorry for not uploading recently. Been feeling quite sick, if I'm being very honest. Still coughing, struggling to record, struggling to even talk. And it's not like something that is happening continuously. It happens for a little while, it gets better, and it happens afterwards again. So, it's like, what is happening? So I might sound a bit different than usual as well. If that's the case, I apologize. I'm struggling out here, really. But title hopes over now, potentially. We are now, 9 points behind Barcelona, when we could have really stayed with Barcelona. And look, the pressure will be on Barcelona if we keep winning, because if Real Madrid are winning every game, they would have the momentum, because Real Madrid are probably more experienced than this Barca side, because Real Madrid won it last season. Real Madrid are the comeback kings in Europe. Like, they're an experienced side. Barca are beating a project. They've got a young manager in Xavi. They've got young players in there. It's a project, and their players might not be able to handle the pressure. But Real Madrid have somehow managed to keep on dropping points game after game. Now, I've seen a stat that Real Madrid have had, like, 46 shots in the last 3 matches, and we have scored 1 goal from 46 shots. Against Liverpool, 9 shots, 5 goals. Isn't that just crazy? Isn't that just crazy that Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Real Betis, 46 shots in 3 games and 1 goal. Scored by a youngster, Alvaro Rodriguez. Not a single senior player has scored in the last 3 games with 46 shots taken. And you're trying to tell me that Real Madrid can close Barca down when we can't beat and we can't score goals. We can't beat Betis, who are a good side. They are a side that will be challenging for the top 6, maybe even the top 4. But you gotta be going over and trying to win. What is happening? 46 shots in 3 games, 1 goal in 46 shots, and none of them, and even that goal alone, I was gonna say none of them, but even that goal was scored by a senior player. Literally, it's crazy, it's atrocious, it should not be happening. And look, Liverpool recently put 7 past Manchester United. Now, I'm not saying I expect Liverpool to come here and come to the Bernabeu and win 5-0. Now, I'm not saying that, because, look, Liverpool playing at home. They were playing against the United side who dropped their heads, and I don't expect Real Madrid to drop their heads that low until a point where they can't score a goal and they concede 5 or 6. Like, I don't see that happening. I think what could happen is, early on, Liverpool get a good start, they get a goal or 2, and then they have the momentum with them, because they only need 3 goals. Like, I say only, I mean, look, 3 goals in 90 minutes is actually not too hard. They already scored 2 at home against Real Madrid, and both of them came within the first 15 minutes. Quite literally, it's possible to score. But obviously for Liverpool, it's the defensive side of things, right? For Real Madrid, I don't know where the goals are going to come from. I don't know who is going to score the goals, because in the last 3 games, the senior players haven't scored. They haven't stepped up. They haven't shown that they are players who are playing for Real Madrid. And now we're slipping away from a title race with Barcelona, a title race that I don't think Xavi I don't think Barcelona are expected to be in, but because Real Madrid keep on dropping points unnecessarily, have given it to Barcelona. 9 points clear, I believe at least. It's not happening. I don't see Real Madrid, or I don't see Barcelona losing 3 games, and I don't see Real Madrid winning 3 extra games on top of that. So the title is essentially gone now. The Champions League is up next. And even that, I gotta say, I think it's gonna be very, very tough. It's very tough. Now, the first round, the first set of teams to play the round of 16 have just played. Right? It's interesting because, look, I've just seen... I'm sorry for this, by the way. I'm very sorry. I've just seen the way Bayern Munich play against PSG, and I know it's PSG, but Bayern Munich look like a very good side to me. Very strong. A unit, a team. Something that I don't see with Real Madrid at the moment. Benfica, I know it's Benfica. I know they aren't the most difficult team. They aren't the most threat. They aren't the biggest threat. Right? If you ask Bayern Munich, or you ask Real Madrid, or you ask any other big side who make it through, they'll probably say, we'll rather play Benfica than Chelsea, for example. Like, obviously, because their side isn't as strong. But, you know, they are a side that you have to look out for. You know, they absolutely annihilated Brugge. Chelsea overcame Borussia Dortmund, and Milan beat Spurs. So, look, next week, the next game will be very interesting. Now, I have believed that Real Madrid will do it because we are 5-2 up. Like, we have gone to Anfield and scored 5. And I think, look, it's the same thing with Liverpool and United. Liverpool caught United on a bad day, essentially. And I think we went to Anfield and we sort of caught Liverpool on a bad day. But they were literally 2-0 up, and we came back to score 5 with 9 shots. Now, that is the Real Madrid that people love. The Real Madrid that Real Madrid fans love. And I think, look, if you're Barca fans, of course you're not going to agree. Or if you just don't like Real Madrid, you're not going to agree. But in terms of the comeback kings, the remontada, it's Real Madrid. They produce incredible comebacks. They produce incredible football in terms of the fighting spirit, the team spirit. The players that have come through, the players that have played for the club, everything is there. Now, I cannot see a way where Real Madrid win the Champions League this year either. It's gonna be so tough. But let's talk about this game. No goal, 0-0, away against Betis. And, you know, Betis are a good side. You know, they will be playing United in the Europa League. You know, good luck to Real Betis. You know, I like some of the players. Fekir, I mean, I have no idea how he ended up at Betis, because I always seen Fekir as a very, 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 very good player, and I thought he would have gone to Liverpool. Was it 2018 or 2019 where he was so close? Never happened. Canales, ex-Real Madrid, a good player as well. I think he's a very underrated player. It's like Daniel Parejo. It's like even Sergio Busquets. You know, these caliber of players, they are so crucial for the team, but they aren't spoken enough of. I think even Munain of Bilbao, right? They're very, very, very similar in terms of being underrated players, in my opinion at least. So, you know, expect Betis to be a threat. But I didn't see Real Madrid try to go for the goals. You know, look, Real Madrid had their chances. You know, they scored a goal which was offside, and not offside. It was handball by Rudiger, which was a handball in my opinion. Yes, it was a handball. It's very clear. It's very obvious that it's a handball. But I think most of the chances were just shots. I mean, look, I don't think those chances were going to test Bravo too much. Yes, we had a couple of chances where Bravo had to make a save, but I don't think Betis felt the biggest pressure and the biggest worry from Real Madrid. So look, it isn't our worst game ever. I've seen Real Madrid play worse. You know, it's like Sociedad really, where the result isn't good and maybe the performance isn't the worst. Okay, let's let's say we did play actually quite well, but the result isn't there to show for it. There isn't really a point if you play really really well but you don't get the goals. You need to be winning these games, even if you win 1-0 or 2-1. You gotta be winning these games. Winning is the most important part of football, right? If you don't win games, you don't get obviously the points and you don't win trophies. And that was a huge slip to Barcelona, saying, look, we're going to hand the title. Because the Barcelona fans, I was going to say people, the Barcelona fans, Xavi, the players, will be thinking, look, we're now 9 points clear. Let's go for it. The momentum is now with Barca. The pressure is on Real Madrid. Because if they don't win it, the pressure is on Real Madrid. And I know Real Madrid haven't really been a side. Even, like I said last review, back in the Mourinho, those days, the 2010 to 2018 period. If you look back, yes, we've won the Ligas, but we haven't won it every year. But we have won Champions Leagues. We won the three-peat. We won 2014, 16, 17, 18. 4 in 5 years. So, Real Madrid are the kings of Europe. In the Liga, they haven't really done very, very well in the last few years, really. They occasionally win 1 or 2 here and there, but for me this year, I think Barcelona will be winning it, and Real Madrid will now have to focus on Champions League, which is going to be very, very tough. Definitely very, very tough. Some chances. Ayoze Perez forced Courtois to make a big save after 9 minutes. I didn't even realize he played for Betis. He's on loan from Leicester. Valverde had a cutting attempt, just hitting the roof of the net. 32 minutes in, and the final one was Vinny Jr. doing well, pulling it back for Benzema, whose shot is pushed away by Claudio Bravo in the 49th minute. But apart from that, I don't really think those other chances are worth really mentioning. Look, a quick, not review because this is a review, but takeaway I suppose from this game. La Liga is essentially over. It shows that our form in the last 3 games hasn't been good. When you have 46 shots and you score 1 in 3 games. And something has to change. Something has to change. And we said this, and I said this right after the World Cup ended and we came back. And we were dropping results like Villarreal, where it was like something has to change. And after that, it sort of went, you know what? It's pretty decent. It's like, okay, maybe we might draw or lose some games, but most of the time we were going uphill. We were winning games. After Liverpool, it went downhill. It went even further down, and now we're at a level where it's really, really low. We have to get back up there. We've got Espanyol up next. Now, usually if we have a team like Espanyol, who maybe aren't going to be relegated, but probably are going to be a mid-table side really, you would think, look, let's just go over there and get a win. But are we going to? Are we going to win? Or are we going to draw 0-0 or draw 1-0 or lose? Who knows? So, look, it's what it is. Like I said, Espanyol at home right next, and then we've got Liverpool. So, look, I'm not saying I think Real Madrid will will drop out of the Champions League against Liverpool. But for me, personally, I think watch out for that game because obviously anything can happen. It's interesting. It's going to be a very interesting game. Liverpool just won 7-0. It gives them momentum. It gives them that self-belief that they can do it, and maybe they can. Who knows? But is it because, or is it just because that they won 7-0 against United that they will do it again at the Bernabeu? I can't see Liverpool coming over and winning 5 or 6-0. It's not going to happen. It's not happening. It's not happening. So, look, the worst possible thing to happen is a slow start. Liverpool get a very, very, very good start. They go 1-0 up, and then they go 2-0 up. And if you go back to the game where we won 5-2, we got back into the game because Vinny Jr. scored from nowhere. Now, are we going to be able to produce something like this again when our last 3 games hasn't been good enough? We've scored 1 goal in 46 shots. Are we going to be able to produce a moment of magic when we are 2-0 down again out of nowhere? I'm not too sure. But when you are 2-0 down, you need that moment again, right? And if you don't find a moment, Liverpool are going to go 3-0 up, maybe even 4-0 up. So by then, they're winning 6-5 on aggregate. So look, I'm not saying that this happened because right now it's a fantasy. It's like, oh, it might happen. In hindsight, it might be a 1-1 draw. It might be a 2-1 draw. Liverpool might win by 1 goal or 2 goals. But look, anything can happen. And I'm just hoping that Real Madrid don't get knocked down in round of 16. They go to the quarterfinals at least. And then we'll see how it goes. But La Liga is essentially over. The Copa del Rey, we got another game against Barca. We're going for the Spotify Camp now. We're not going to win by more than 2 goals based on current form. So we can only hope that the best happens, really. But hope you guys have enjoyed today's review. Hit the like button if you did, subscribe to the channel if it's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.